Hey there, hey, and thank you for tuning in to this Hump Day edition of Born to Be a Star. Today is another day and another opportunity for you to recognize your star power, for you to reflect on where you've been and where you're going to next on your stardom journey. And every day is another day and another opportunity for us to look in the reflection in the mirror and to learn to love and like the reflection that we see. Now, sometimes that's easier and some days it's harder. Maybe you're experiencing something that's not great. Maybe you're experiencing something that could possibly get better at some point. But whatever the case may be, every day is an opportunity for you to try to get better in whatever you're experiencing. So maybe we should be starting off our days. Maybe we should continue to start off our days by saying to ourselves, yes, we can have a great day. Yes, we can change our minds. Yes, we can do things differently. Yes, we can try something new, learn something we've never learned before. Yes, we can, play pickleball or play tennis. Maybe we want to get into golf. Maybe we want to get into poker or chess, and you want to learn how to play them, and you want to compete. Maybe you want to learn how to play the violin, the cello, the flute, the harmonica, the piano. That might take a long time. The saxophone. It could literally be any of these things. You could literally learn how to get an RV and then travel around the United States and go on a road trip. You could literally take your passport, and when you get to the airport, decide where you want to go. You could literally say yes, you can anything, whether it's changing your job, moving, buying a new car, changing your favorite color, changing your favorite hairstyle, and or basically anything. I mean, literally, what can't you do? Saying yes, you can is the idea of doing things instead of talking about them. And acknowledging that you have the ability to succeed instead of always thinking you can't do things. Following the idea of yes, you can is the idea of never giving up. If you're going to fight and make a difference, if you truly love yourself and anyone else, and you want to set a difference in their life and even yours, then you have to understand that life is difficult. Bad things happen to good people, and that's just the way it is. It's unfortunate. I wish it was different. I wish that everything was always great. I wish that people we loved didn't die. I wish that we didn't get bad advice and bad situations and horrible managers. We talked about them yesterday, and horrible experiences with shitty friends and bad things, right? Somebody you love is sick. You're having difficulty with your kids. Your career's not working out the way you want it to. You hate your school. You hate your major. You want things to be different, and maybe they're not. The idea of never giving up is understanding that maybe things aren't the way you want them to be, but you still have to fight and persevere through it. You have to think about the men and women that are fighting every day. Those in the Army, the Reserve, the National Guard, the Marines, the Navy, the Air Force, the firefighters, the police officers, the EMTs, those that work in the emergency rooms, the nurses, the doctors, everything that goes into their jobs every day, how they're living crazy existences, putting the lives of others first. It can't just be that we pretend like we can't get to the other side of that. And to get to the other side of that is to persevere through the difficulty. Nobody wants a doctor to give you bad experience or bad advice or to harm you, right? Because that's not what they're supposed to do. Nobody wants to be in a situation or a relationship that isn't working out the way it could. there has to be a better way for us to handle these things. And maybe the better way for us to handle these things isn't just caving, but instead is fighting. Following the idea of never giving up, thanks to John Cena, we move into the stage of why not today, because we recognize that procrastination and indecisiveness isn't going to help us with anything. You're going to have to make a decision, and you're going to have to be okay with that. That can look differently or it can look the same, whatever the case may be. We have to be okay with fixing the dishwasher in 5 seconds, recognizing that it doesn't fix, and getting it worked on so it can fix. We also have to be aware that it shouldn't take 5 weeks, instead 5 minutes. If there's a marking on a wall in any room in your house, whether it's the living room, the dining room, the bathroom, the pantry, the hall closet, the baby's room, your bedroom, the office, the basement, or the laundry room and the garage, the only way you're going to get through the fact that the colors might be different might be with painting over it. Now, maybe everyone doesn't have the same painting stores like me. Mine happen to be Home Depot, Lowe's, and True Value. Yours could be different. But that still doesn't mean that you don't need to go there and get the paint and paint over it. You do. If you're trying to organize your life and live the correct way, things will get done. The wash machine in the basement isn't working. You got to get that fixed. You got to get someone on Angie's List. You got to contact some family member to figure out how to get that fixed. Your car's not working. You have to contact the mechanic. If you really want to hold your life together, you have to be 5 to 10 steps ahead of everything, so nothing comes out as a shock or a surprise, and so you can actually get things done. The idea of why not today is understanding we don't control time, we can't control it, and if we want to get things done, we might have to do them today instead of waiting for tomorrow. The aliens are going to come down at some point. I have the hiccups. Don't judge me. And don't we want to get everything done before the aliens come to eat us? I don't know. I feel like we do. Just thought. Anyways, that is the mantra. Why not today? We can't buy time. We can't invent it. And I wish we could. I wish we could control it. I wish we had that ability. I would fix all the things that I ever didn't do right, and I would probably try to be better than I've ever been if I had the ability to control time. But I don't, and neither do you. So let's not waste it. Let's get things done when we have the time to do them in. Following the idea and the mantra, let's get to the next stage of our conversation, which is sipping the tea, sipping the tea, sipping the tea for you and me, sipping the tea. And you know what? Today I'm going to have some sweet tea. It's kind of hot, and the weather is definitely improving, especially from what it's been. So I'm going to do sweet tea. And we're just going to go for it. There's 2 things we're going to talk about today. Let's get into the first part of the conversation. What does root of the earth mean? When you hear me say that, what do you think? Is that a thing? Is that a place? Is that a person? What does that mean? What do you think root of the earth means? I came across it the other day, and I felt like I should have a conversation about that. When I hear the term root of the earth, it leads me to think someone that is very down to earth, or something that is based off originality. Something that doesn't have a million things copying it. When I think of root of the earth, I think of maybe like a plant coming from the gravel of the ground, from the earth. But maybe it could mean a lot of things. When you think of root of the earth, what comes to your mind? Are you like taken aback by it and you're thinking, oh, it could mean anything? Or do you have like a specific thought when you hear that? I don't know if I like normally hear this in conversations, but it's very interesting. And it's also very entertaining. I gotta say that, it has to mean something bigger than it sounds like. There's all these other things that are supposedly mean anything, but when I hear root of the earth, I just feel like it's some sort of normalcy. And it feels nice. Because we live in an insane world and people are always saying psychotic, insane things. And the idea of simplicity does not actually exist anymore. And so if you get to see it in some context, it's kind of interesting. But what does root of earth mean to you? If you could explain it, what would you say? Now, and again, I'm sticking with what I said. When I think of root of earth, I think the idea that something's original, something that it stems from how everything began. It's a part of it, but it's not like everything else. Maybe it's the foundation, maybe it's the gravel, maybe it's the water, it's the ground. We have to be aware that things are always constantly changing. And if you really do want to be some sort of root of the earth, maybe you should stay the way you are, and maybe you should stop. Maybe we shouldn't want to change like everything else. Maybe we should want some part of ourselves to be who we actually are. Just as food for thought, maybe we should see root of the earth as a root from a tree or a seed, and maybe it's continuously growing. And maybe we should want things to always be growing. We need to get to a good place. I know the world's on fire. I can see it. There's a lot of people that are going to disagree with me about a lot of things, but I more so like to preach on like actual things happening, right? The idea of this podcast is that we have conversations about things that you might not necessarily talk about, which is why I brought up the idea of root of the earth, because have you heard it before? People say a lot of things, and typically the things that they're saying are stupid and ignorant and untrue and lies. But you yourself have to be able to see that and fight it. And why not do that? That's the goal, right? Why not be the root of the earth too? Next part of the conversation. Compatibility is the first step of friendship. Because if you don't have anything in common with people, how can you be their friend? I mean, what the hell are you going to talk about? Like, that's why I don't know if people are my friend. Or the people wanted to pretend to be it, but how can you be my friend if we don't have anything in common with each other? Like, we're just talking, and that's great. Like, you're in my life for a reason or a season, but if we really don't have anything in common, if we don't like the same things, we don't like to watch the same shows, we're not doing the same things, are we friends? Compatibility is so essential for a friendship. Having things in common is an essential part of friendship. And if you don't have anything in common, maybe you're not friends. Maybe we need to take more time to decipher that instead of just allowing people to come into our lives and pretend to be something that they're not. I think we have to be very careful with who we bring into the fold and who we trust with our deepest secrets and our craziest experiences. Because somebody that you might trust might stab you in the back and you never know. And I'm not saying we need to live always looking behind us. But maybe we should be aware of what's happening. That is what I'm saying. Maybe we should be aware of everything happening around us instead of just trusting people. And we've been talking about that throughout the week, and it's already Wednesday. Not everybody is who they say they are. And we've all had our fair share of ups and downs and great experiences and bad experiences where people are not what they appear to be. And the only reason I bring that up is because you have to be extremely careful who you let into your life. Because they might only be trying to come into your life to take something from you or to ruin it. And when it comes to friendships, when it comes to something really seriously, like a relationship that's sort of like a family member, when I think of my best friend, we have a lot in common. We like the same shows. We like to do the same things. We like the same fashion, basically. We like the same music. There's so much we have in common. Although there's things we don't have in common, there's more of less than we have in common with each other, which is probably why we're best friends, right? It makes sense to me. I'm at this stage in my life where I'm not chasing people to be my friends. I know who my best friend is. I know that obviously I'm best friends with my husband. I know where my relationships are, and I'm not looking to chase them. But if I so happen to come across the person that is going to become a friend of mine, I'd like to, have the mindset that we're going to have things in common, because if we don't have things in common, then they're going to be the opposite of that. And then I'm not sure if that friendship is going to continue to be strong if you're on the opposite side of things. The commonality just provides an opportunity for you to truly get to know the other person and build on that to create a real deep bond. And real friendships are incredible and should be something that we all look forward to. Just a thought. Moving on from sipping the tea, let's get to the main part of the conversation. The middle isn't the top. Why do I say that? Now, me and my husband, our salaries combined put us at the top of the middle class, on the edge of the precipice of whatever is after that. But me and my husband are very carefree, easygoing Americans. Our relationship is built off love and friendship and compassion and understanding and awareness and a bunch of other things too, but mainly the first things I said to you. How have we gotten to a point where there's people that think that ridiculous things should be real? Like, people that don't have any power pretending like they have it. People pretending like decisions and laws and rules that they make don't have consequences. And when I say the middle isn't the top, I literally mean that. Why are there people doing things who shouldn't be doing them? Why are there people pretending like they have power that aren't using it the correct way? Why are we punishing things we don't like? Is it fun for people to pretend that they have power that is non-existent? When I think of the middle pretending to be the top, I think of people that look at shit and they can't afford it, but they want to buy it. Or they put themselves in debt. Or they do all this stuff because they're pretending to be something that they're not. And when I see people do it, when I witness it, when I come across it, I can see it right away. I find it pathetic. You're too big for your own britches, or your eyes are bigger than your wallet, or whatever the case may be. Either you can do it or you can't. There's only one thing. So taking that into consideration, why are people pretending? I guess that's why I brought that conversation up. The middle is the middle. When I do my political podcast and I talk about the idea that the government is robbing us, they are. Why are they taxing the middle class at the insane rate they are? You see what they spend our tax money on? Kids learning about Elmo in Afghanistan, they're not actually learning about Elmo in Afghanistan. There's an autocratic leader there, so that's not happening. Them doing a bunch of weird things with sex in other countries and paying for plays with your tax money from the United States of America, how's that make you feel? There we go with the middle pretending to be the top. You're taking something from someone else to lie about what you're doing, and that is horrible to do. But we not only see this with the government and politicians, but we see this at work, right? You might even see it at class, at church, or at school. It's very obvious when they're doing it. And it's kind of tacky, and it's kind of just like, what the hell is wrong with you? Like, are you seriously pretending that you're better than everybody else and you're not? It's kind of hilarious when these people do it. Let me give you an example of what I mean. I am a person that is extremely confident, extremely intelligent, friendly, fun, outgoing, optimistic, all those great things. But I know I'm not the top 1%. That doesn't mean I'm not the top middle percent. I can have nice dinners. I can go out and basically do whatever I want, whenever I want. I'm not limited by the price tags basically on everything that I do. I live a very great life, right? My car is very expensive. The things I do aren't cheap. And although I'm extremely confident, extremely aware of everything that I'm doing, I'm telling you that my awareness gives me the ability not to go over the deep end with what I'm sounding like. Now, there are times when I might sound really narcissistic and annoying and irritating, and that's the confidence coming in because I believe in what I'm saying. I'm not going to lie to you. I like Chanel. I'm not going to lie to you. I like Dior. I like expensive things. My sneakers are expensive. My clothes are expensive. I dress to impress. I'm that person. I like Chanel. I like Louis Vuitton sunglasses. I like nice things. And why should I feel bad about that? And if I can afford it, I'm going to buy it if I want it. Because I can afford it. And I know how to save and budget so I can buy the things that I actually want. I know what I like. I know what I dislike. On the low end, I'll do some Kate Spade and some Michael Kors. On the high end, I'll do the Louis Vuitton. And I will do the Chanel bag, right? The Dior. The Da Vinci. The things that cost more. But I'm not pretending that I'm something that I'm not. I'm not going around pretending like I'm going to buy $180,000 cars because I'm not doing that. I'm not pretending like I'm going to buy a 6-bedroom mansion because I'm not doing that either. And I'm definitely not pretending that my income is like $298,000 a year because it's not. See, we do have a problem with the politics and people and lying and scheming and grifting and grabbing and making shit up. And I'm just going to say it and move to the next part of the conversation. The middle is not the top. Because people that have money, people that have wealth, people that have nice things and can afford to do things, they don't flaunt it. They just do it. They might be your next door neighbor. You never know who you live next to. Maybe people should stop having this like mindset that they want to punish all these people and they want to make everyone's life miserable because they're not happy. The more that people do that and they project this envy and this embarrassment, the more we know how fake they are, which leads me back to the other conversation we were having. Maybe people need to look in the mirror for real. Stop pretending that you're something you're not, because we can all tell who you are when you go to a restaurant and you want to go to some cheap shit, and I'm talking about Fleming's. Get the fuck out of here, please. My plate costs $26. When I order out food, everything I order is $20 and up, and I am not trying to show to go. I'm telling you the truth. I am not a front runner. I am the front runner. I'm not fronting anything. I'm living it. It's not a joke. It's reality. When I want things, I buy them, and I don't pretend to be something that I'm not, because again, I don't make like $1 gazillion a year, and I don't think I'd want to. So I could be taxed more? But get the fuck out of here. Pass. Money can't buy you happiness, but a lot of people pretend that it can. But stop pretending like you have more things than you do, and stop pretending that you can buy things that you cannot afford. Stop. The more we see that, the more we see the ignorance, the more we see the patheticness, the more we know exactly where to stand. Don't let your eyes be too big so you don't recognize what's in that reflection that's staring back at you. I know where me and my husband are in this pool of funds and money and life and living, and we're doing pretty okay, and we're only going to get better. And we are building a dynasty, and it's going to be incredible to see it when it's completed. But for all the other idiots around us that are pretending like they even know what a dynasty is and they don't even know how to spell it, come on, man. Stop pretending. Just stop. It's okay to maybe not be that. Can't people just be normal for the love of God? just normal people. I'm just hoping that we can get back to that at some point. That'd be great. Children are priceless. They are little, just gifts from God. I really truly think. Spending time over the weekend with Miller and Cammie have made me more excited to become a mom myself. I cannot wait to have kids. I can't wait to bring little people into the world and chase them around and have fun and nap time and breastfeeding and everything that goes into it, the diapers and the clothes and the growing year by year until they're 18 and they're in college, and then after that and so on and far beyond that. I love the idea of creating our own kids and having our own family, and that's so exciting and it's so fun. Children are little rays of light. And we talk about star power all the time, but they are born with all of the power. Their innocence, their energy, their questions, their fun. They are born in the light, as we all are. And if they're provided with an amazing childhood, their light will continue the entire way through. So I'm excited about this new stage of my marriage with my husband. Can we prepare to be good parents? I think the best way to be a good parent is to want the best thing for your kids, to understand that you can't make them do everything that you want. They're going to have to learn and make mistakes and live, and you got to just be there beside them every step of the way, because that's your job as a parent. Your job as a parent isn't to make them do what you want. It's to understand that they're going to be different than who you might have thought they were going to be. That's the best thing that I've learned. But I think a great way to prepare to be a good parent is just to welcome the unknown and welcome things you're not ready to do. You might go to breastfeed and the baby might bite your nipple, right? You might go to change a diaper and they might pee through it, right? They might be 2 and they're in that age of screaming and yelling and crying and whining and flipping out, and they might throw something or destroy something or scream a lot. But as a parent, you just have to let it come and deal with it as it comes. As a parent, you have to allow your children to grow. And when you do that and you take that step and you allow them to be kids, only greater things are going to happen. It's kind of fun. Do you think IVF is a clear path to infertility? Like my OBGYN brought it up in case there's difficulty with me and my husband trying to get pregnant. My husband did take a test and he's got like 1 million sperm or some crap, and I got to go to the doctor and figure out my part. But I think we're going to be fine. I did get over polycystic ovary syndrome, so it should be easier. It's just there's a lot of steps to this for us at this stage, but we'll see what happens. But do you guys think that IVF is a path for infertility? I think it is. I mean, it's obviously very expensive. They should be making it more affordable for people that might not be able to afford like some ridiculous amount of money, but it's typically in your like health insurance. You just got to make sure you read through it so you understand. I think IVF could benefit a lot of people, and I think if you actually do research and you find out how it benefits people, it's kind of fun. And we really should want everyone to have families if they want them. I mean, there's also the idea of adoption, but if you're Christian, they try to take away your ability to adopt people. So I don't really know how that works. But I say we take it one step at a time. And I say we see how IVF works, and if that's an option or an opportunity for you, you got to freeze your eggs, whatever you're doing. See what's working, ask questions to your doctor, and get the answers that you're looking for. There is a way to get through infertility. You're not just stuck. There's options. There's ways to get out of these things. You just have to always keep trying. Has anyone seen these fake babies and fake dogs that are on like Pinterest and like Instagram? Like they look like they're real, but they're fake. They're like dolls. It's fucking weird. Like I sent it to my husband. I was on Pinterest looking at like nail colors because I'm going to get my nails done on the weekend. And I was like taking pictures, getting prepared for what I might want, and I like showed it to my husband. I was like, what the hell is this? And he was like, what is that? And I'm like, dude, it's a fake baby, man. And then another one was a fake dog, a fake dog. So it had me feeling like if people want to like pretend to have kids and pretend to have a pet, they could literally get this fake stuff and just going on a pretend rail. Like there's literally like if your kids say they want a dog, you might as well just get the fake one because the fake one looks real. Although you probably want to get the real one. But these like fake dogs and babies look legit real. I don't know. Anyways, moving on from the fake dogs and the real babies and the fake babies, let us get to the next part of the conversation, which is watching thing. AEW will be on tonight. I'm hoping MJF sets the crowd on fire because they're fucking annoying. I don't agree with that last fight they had. I don't really think the other dude won, but we'll see what happens. I'm sick of Don Callis. I'm just tired. I'm tired of these annoying people that don't stand for nothing, but we're going to have to wait and see what happens tonight on AEW. Despicable Me 4, haven't watched it yet. Counterattack, that is on Netflix. It looks pretty good. Sicario 2. Is there a Sicario 2? Full Swing. Hopping Ranger Focus. What is that about? Toxic Town. That looks interesting. I think that's like a documentary. Sonic the Hedgehog 3, we still haven't watched that yet. That is on Paramount Plus. And finally, the Potato Lab. Is this a lab that talks about making potato chips? I wonder. We're going to find out. Moving on from that, I'm still trying to finish this latest season of Love is Blind UK, but the characters are just irritating me, just like last season. So I'm like dragging it out, but I'm gonna finish it at some point. There's so many shows we're watching. I really want to get back into Severance with Skip, but he doesn't really like the show because he feels like it doesn't make any sense. But I really do want to get back into it. We'll see what happens. He likes this damn Reacher show, and I hate the plot and the storyline behind this season. So every time I have to watch an episode, it feels like I'm going to the dentist and they're putting all the crap on my mouth to clean my teeth, and I don't like it. Ugh. Anyways, moving on from watching to eating, frozen fruit salad. Have you ever heard of that? I don't really even know how that would work, but I'd be amped to try it. Carrot juice. I really want to get a juicer so I can make my own juices. As lazy as I am, I think I need to do juices because I definitely have stopped drinking soda as much as I used to, and I want to continue to drink more water than anything. Do you guys know what a sushi bake is? I kind of want to try it. I saw the recipe for it on Pinterest, and it looks fire. So it's basically everything that goes into normal sushi, where you would make a roll out of it, but you make it into the bake and you put it into the oven. And you could top this with wasabi. You could top it with spicy mayo. You could basically make it as cool as you want it to be. And I think everybody would really enjoy it. It's kind of like a spin on just regular sushi. So I say let's try it. Chicken feta broccoli, so it's chicken, broccoli, sauce, cheese, oven, bake, take out, eat, done. This is a low-carb version of like an Italian meal. Using cauliflower as pasta. Like you can literally take any pasta dish and just put cauliflower in instead, and it's lower calories. Probably better for you. I'm not saying you can't have carbohydrates, but you might want to do one day you eat pasta and stuff, and another day you don't, and another day you eat something different. You might want to spread it out instead of consuming it all at once. That's probably better for your body. Lemon blueberry mini cheesecake sounds delicious, and I want one. Pull apart pizza. So basically the pull apart pizza is those Pillsbury Doughboy little balls. So you put everything that would go on the pizza in that, and then you make it into a circle, and you make it into bread, dipping bread, and then you pull it apart and you load it with mozzarella and other cheese, and it's like pull apart pizza. It kind of looks really good. I think I'd want to try it. Anyways, my friends, thank you for tuning in to this Hump Day edition of Born to Be a Star. Brothers and sisters, you, me, us, they, and everybody. Not only are we going to change the United States of America by giving Canada a big-ass middle finger, they can kick rocks, we don't want your shitty crap here, you suck. I'm sending that message again. Dear UK, same thing, you suck. I love all the people that live in these places. I don't like the government. And the government needs to get their shit together because they're fucking around with the wrong people and they're going to find out. America's rising. But the rest of the world probably needs to be fixed too. Brothers and sisters, we're going to change everything together and we're going to make this a better place to live in. By calling these sad people out when they deserve to be called out. For 3 years, a war went on between Ukraine and Russia, and Trump gets there, and it's about to be over. I mean, what is going on? Just what? Somebody explain it to me. But this isn't a political podcast. This is a podcast about star power. But our star power is recognizing that we are the beginning, the middle, and the end, omnipresent, just like Jesus Christ. We were here before, we've been here, we've seen everything before, and we've done everything before, and we're going to do it again. We are the light in the darkness, and nothing defeats the darkness but the light, because we're everywhere. When you recognize that, your star power is only going to be stronger. So recognize who you are and never stop fighting. You're a star wherever you are. Hello, goodbye, good morning, good night. Ciao. See you tomorrow.